President Trump's tariffs on $34 billion in Chinese goods are on. And they've sparked trade clashes around the world, setting the stage for potential price increases hitting American companies and consumers.
If they charge us, we charge them the same thing. That's the way it's got to be.
But how will this trade war impact everyday Americans? Well, we have the facts. Tariffs, by definition, are taxes on imports. Easy, right? To put it into perspective, let's say an American retailer buys 500 mugs from China for $2 a piece. That's $1,000. The U.S. tariff rate for mugs is 4.5%, which raises the total price from $1,000 to $1,045. While the direct impact on consumer goods appears to be limited for now, a few pennies here, a few dollars there, multiply it by thousands of businesses, and that's a lot of cash. Last June, the Trump administration imposed steel and aluminum tariffs on the European Union. In retaliation, the EU slapped tariffs on bourbon, orange juice, and Harley-Davidson motorcycles. Let's look at the impact on Harley-Davidson since then. The EU tariffs on exported motorcycles rose from 6 to 31%. To add to that, it will cost Harley-Davidson an extra $2,200 per bike shipped from the US to the EU. This has caused the motorcycle manufacturer to begin mapping out plans to shift production to foreign markets. On midnight on July 5th, the US imposed tariffs on China. Needless to say, they didn't take it so well. China's immediate tit-for-tat retaliation means the trade dispute could escalate into a full-blown trade war. Trump says China's trade policies give its companies an unfair advantage in the global marketplace. He insists Beijing uses unfair tactics, like requiring U.S. companies to hand over technology in exchange for access to China's market. And well, China has rejected this sentiment. So what do China's tariffs mean for us? Key foreign imports affected by American tariffs are farming equipment, healthcare equipment, steel, and aluminum. American farmers could be greatly affected. With a slowdown on exports across the spectrum, U.S. taxpayers will have to eat the cost of excess crops made in America. Tariffs on various forms of healthcare equipment from China, including CT scanners, EKGs, and X-ray tubes, could translate into higher medical costs. From beer cans to automobiles, products made with steel or aluminum can see manufacturing expenses increase. China and the EU seem to have strategized their tariffs to target iconic American products in states governed by Republicans. Take a look at Kentucky bourbon, for example. 62.5% of Kentucky's population voted for Trump. Or consider the agricultural industry. 7 out of the top 10 crop-producing states voted for Trump. In the long run, a trade war can cost jobs and slow economic growth for everyone involved. So, what's not to love? And if you're interested in learning more about trade wars and how it was one of the factors that led to America's Great Depression, check out our last video on trade wars here.